Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. Today, got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be talking about 8 division games coming up for the Yankees. Very important games for the New York Yankees. And it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm definitely really amped up for, these series coming up. They're definitely big games for the Yankees. They're going to play 4 against the Tampa Bay Rays at home in the Bronx, and then they'll head up to Toronto and play 4 in the Rogers Center. So the Yankees are trying to make up ground, and that's the easiest way you're going to do it is playing these teams head to head, which makes these games very important because now you're playing everyone with the balanced schedule. So you only get 13 division games with each team in your division. So, Christian, how are you feeling about these games coming up?
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm thankful that we got to play the A's. Talking Jake, Talking Yanks had a funny quote. He was like, "It's going to the driving range before you round at golf because the A's are not a real team, right?" And it was nice because now we got the bats hot and we're feeling a little good at least going into these because these are 2 big series.
Yeah.
And another thing to remember is you're not playing the teams in your division as much now, right?
Yep.
Because this is the first year that you're playing every team. So they cut out a lot of division games. Look, you're still playing, what is it, 4 series against every team?
Yeah, something like that. 13 games.
Yeah. So you still have a lot of games, but it's not like it gets a little more intense early in the season because I know after this Rays series, they only have 6 more games, right?
Yeah.
So it almost now it's in the hands of the Rays, and it's not like you could look, later in the schedule and say, all right, we can make up ground there. No, it's kind of you're relying on other teams to beat the Rays. So that's why these games are a little more important. Granted, it's still May, but I mean, the Yankees, I really want to see them hit their stride here, right? And I'm not saying that they have to win both these series, but I mean, they need to at least I'd say five out of three, right?
Yeah, you want it. Yeah, definitely. I think 5 out of 3 would be like the bottom point and the most acceptable one, I guess. And then obviously try to do better than that. But I guess I would take 5 and 3. But I think what's good for the Yankees is they got Aaron Judge back, they got the captain back, and the offense has really starting. It's really starting to click. Even before the Oakland A's series, guys like Harrison Bader have just been playing baseball on another level, and he was crushing the Rays. Hit 2 homers against them. DJ's been on fire. Glaber's been on fire. Rizzo's been on fire. So the Yankees have a bulk of their lineup on fire. Not to mention they got the captain back. They got Aaron Judge, so they're ready to go. So they got their guys. They got their guys ready to go. And the Rays are a really good team. But when we saw the Yankees play the Rays in the Trop, they were in every single game. I mean, they lost 2 out of 3, but if some things went their way, I mean, they could have easily swept that series. They had the opportunity to in every game. And for the most part, they were scoring runs against the Rays as well. So I'm definitely, I think that's definitely good for the Yanks. And then Toronto, they lost 2 out of 3 there, but, kind of same thing. So I think the Yankees can no doubt play with both of these teams. You could argue the Yankees are better than either of these teams. And it's just you got to go out there, you got to play your baseball, and you got to win some games. And I think the Yankees kind of got to, play these games that are very meaningful. And I think Aaron Boone has to manage these games and manage them in a way where they're very very meaningful.
Yeah, I would be really disappointed if for any of these 8 games, we have guys like Judge and Rizzo on the bench. Like these are
Yeah,
big games, all right? If you want to do that the following series against the Reds, fine. But I mean, it's about like as big as May games can be. And I mean, these 3 teams are probably going to be 1, 2, and 3 in the AL East. I know right now Baltimore and Boston are playing pretty good, but I mean, I think going into the season, we all had these 3 teams as, like the foundation of the AL East.
Mhm.
And that's not going to be decided in May, but it'll at least help you, right? Because 8 games is going to be a lot tougher to make up in August than say 4, right? So, and I'll
Uh-huh.
also say this: if the Yankees, I mean, if the Rays keep playing how they're playing, they could do what the Yankees did last year and run away with this thing. So, I mean, that's where I say that what I was talking about before, where it's kind of in the Rays' hands. Like, if the Yankees really want to get back in this thing, you know, take 3 out of 4. I can't talk about a sweep of the Rays. That's not going to happen. But I mean, take 3 out of 4.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely. You're at home, so you got that. And another thing too, the Yankees have had one of the best, if not the best, bullpens in all of baseball. So you use your strength and use that bullpen and really, go after these Rays hitters and shorten up the games. Now it's going to be a little tough to do because the Yankees haven't gotten much length out of their starting rotation, so the bullpen's a little bit overused, a little bit overworked. But you just got to go after it. You got to throw your best foot forward, put your best foot forward, and really try to perform well and have a winning record in these games because these are really big games, and you don't want to falter too much because uh, as Yogi Berra said, it's getting late early, so you don't want that to happen. You just got to go out there, play your best ball, and if you play really well in these games, you after these 8 games, you're right back in it, and you got a whole lot of baseball left. So these games are really important. I think the fan base knows that. I think the Yankees know that. I think the coaches know that. So I think the crowd's going to be pretty amped up in the Bronx, and I think it's like, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing I would say, especially in this Rays series, I mean, you're going to have the crowd that's hopefully going to be pretty into it. Just starting pitchers, I mean, please just keep the team in the game. No blow up starts. Cause I mean, I'm not saying we're going to win every game, but to lose a game in the first inning, I mean, that's just crushing, right? At least every game you want to be in. And I get a little concerned with that because, we have Herman, Clark, Nestor all throwing in this series, and even Cole, who got roughed up big time against the Rays. So, not, I don't love the probables, and especially with how good the Rays pitching is, but I really think a big thing is just going to be starting pitchers, keep the team in the game, give the offense a chance every day, and then see what happens. Um,
Yeah, and
and
yeah,
even for the Blue Jays series too. Yeah.
and one final thing too. I think the offense is going to perform much much better in these games, opposed to earlier this month, end of April when they were really struggling because these guys are hot now. So I think these games are going to be close, and I'm really excited for it.